This Oh Steve comes to you from D-Matic. Girl, I can't understand it. Why you wanna hurt me? After all the things I've done for you. I buy you champagne and roses, put diamonds on your finger, diamonds on your finger. See you hang out all night. What am I to do? My girl wants to party with old Steve, party with old Steve, party with old Steve.
Spears and Steinberg.
You know what the it is?
Aries and Andy, Jew and the Jerk.
You know it's time to get this work.
The real raw, gutter, uncut, cold. No political corrections.
Always sleep.
Being awoke. We discuss politics and jokes.
Cry, we lit.
There's levels to this before you was on your mama.
Aries Spears don't give a fuck.
We talk about race a lot, racism. Much love to my loyal bag holders.
Rollers, loaders.
We got them in the folders.
The whole world on our shoulders.
Spears and Steinberg.
Yeah.
I know I kind of probably that first part up because I kind of remember nobody knows anything from that song but the chorus. I don't know the actual rhythm and flow of the words before the chorus. I do remember that one part when he goes, "Why you wanna hurt me? Something with all the guys you see." I remember that part.
It was good though.
Yeah, no, that was a
It
good
was really
one.
good. Hey, happy Thanksgiving, guys! By the way,
Is it that?
yeah, it's Thanksgiving.
Is it that day? Is
The
this the
28th.
day?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Question. You have Thanksgiving the way you want it. Do you do as the main entree? You do turkey, duck, or ham?
Turkey.
Turkey. Yeah. My mother one time was gonna make duck, but first of all, there's not a lot of meat on the duck. Ducks aren't that big. And then of course, us being kids, we duck. Ugh. So we ended up doing turkey. But she would always do turkey and a glazed ham.
A lot of people do turkey and ham. Would you do a turducken? Would you do the turkey, duck, and then the chicken, where it's there's a chicken inside of a duck, and the duck is inside the turkey?
That is big back right there.
That's
That's a real thing?
Yeah, John Madden used to talk about it, and that's the turducken. I wish I could do the Madden.
Hey, folks, a turducken. That's as close as I
Yeah,
get.
that's what he did.
Boom!
Chicken and the
chicken and the turkey and the turkey and the chicken, and then you have a turducken. Boom!
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was his.
Really?
Yeah, that I think that's what he. Other than Madden football, I think that's what he brought to America was the turducken.
You fat. Wow.
I just like the turkey, man.
You know, the problem with a traditional turkey is if you don't do that right, dry. And there's nothing worse than a dry fucking turkey.
No, you can pick it up with the turkey, but I wanted to try, and I mean it. And if it's just their advertising, good for them. But that Popeyes, Cajun fried, deep fried turkey.
You know, I've never tried it. My fear, there's a dude who I follow on Instagram, and his whole page is about trying foods and food. And he tried one, and he was like, it's a bit dry.
Yeah. See, I don't know how it's dry because it's so. If it's hot, the
Right.
oil's hot. It goes in, so it seals up the turkey.
It's nothing but juices.
Should be in there
Right.
unless they overcook it.
Yeah.
But that thing sounds like I saw that and I was like, man. But I wouldn't. Since I don't know it, I wouldn't want to depend on it. We get a turkey from a place in Arizona. There's a hotel there called the Valley Ho, and they have
the Valley Ho.
It's called the
I
Valley
think
Ho.
I fucked up.
Yeah, it's the Valley Ho, and it's a nice little place. They have a great restaurant, and they cater a turkey thing there. We got it for the last couple of years, and we really like it. And it's a little spendy, but we don't spend a lot of money like that. So
Yeah, because you're Jewish.
but on that date, we throw the money in. We get there's some wine. It comes with some really nice sides. The turkey is delicious, and so we got that. And Max is a cool kid when it comes to food. He likes to challenge himself a little bit. But we found this, so we like it. But he used to if I didn't come out before, he would go to the Asian place, and he would get the duck. He'd always get the duck. But again, the duck can be dry too, so you got to get the right duck. But this turkey's been really good. The Valley Ho in Arizona. If you're out in Arizona and you're looking for a place, also a good friend of mine has the hotel, the Global Ambassador, and then he has 2 restaurants in there that are both having Thanksgiving. And so if you're in Arizona, those are the 2 places I recommend. I know my boy Sam, he hooked me up. I stayed at his place last time I was out in Arizona. He's an amazing hotel. Amazing. And those restaurants were amazing. And I know they're going to do a good job with this thing with Thanksgiving. And I was tempted to go there this year, but we had already put our reservation in and for the turkey last year, so make sure that we had it. So next year maybe I want to try one of Sam's restaurants. But good stuff, man.
You know, for me, once you have this, you'd never go back to turkey. One of my baby mothers, when we were together on Thanksgiving, would buy these butterball, boneless. It would be about like that big, and buy 2 of them. And, you know, when you take it out the packaging, they both have nets around them.
The breast?
Yeah, breast. I guess your breast. So you cook those. Man, I'm telling you, tender. There's no such thing as dry with this. Because once you get done and you cut the nets off, Andy, I'm telling you, some of them, I can't eat turkey any other way. It's almost like a boneless chicken thighs.
Yeah, I get what you're
that
saying.
meat is just.
See, but I like taking the turkey. I like taking all that meat off. First, you know, cut up what you want for Thanksgiving, but taking that meat off, and then I make turkey tacos. We make a bunch of other things with the turkey. I really enjoy it. I like the next day better almost than I like Thanksgiving. I like all the stuff I do with the turkey afterwards. So but the sides, it's going to be a great time. And I think we're going to have a really good time. We got a nice place that we're going to enjoy the dinner at. It's going to be fun. And Tara's coming out. This is the first time Tara's coming out for this. She was able to get away for a few days. So it's going to be a good Thanksgiving. I'm very excited about it.
Give me your Thanksgiving dinner layout, from the turkey to what's the perfect. Give me everything. Like what you.
I'll tell you what's always on the table. For me, it's the turkey. I'm not a big stuffing guy.
No, you're crazy.
I like stuffing, but I used to, when I was a kid, I hated celery. And my mom and my stepdad always wanted a ton of celery in this, and I hated that. I like it when it has walnuts.
Oh, you fucking this up now.
Yeah, no, but I like the bread. I like the garlic. I like all that stuff in there. I don't mind some walnuts, but I don't like a lot of celery. But now I don't mind celery as much. I just
so turkey stuffing
is, but I have to have the cranberry sauce, the one that's in the can.
Attaboy.
I have to have
where
that.
it's whole, right?
Yeah,
and you
comes
slice it.
Yeah, and just shakes.
Attaboy.
I have to have that, no
Right.
matter what. That has to be on the table.
Okay.
I don't care if you have fancy ass whatever. That has to be there. I also like the sweet potatoes or yams with all the butter, and then you can do marshmallows on that. Has to be there.
I'm in agreement with you so far.
Those I think are my staples. What am I missing?
What are you missing?
The pie. Are you going to give me the pie?
Marty, all the black people are like Andy.
Sweet potato pie. Is that what you want?
No, nigga.
What?
Oh, give me a card. Give me a black card.
What is it?
Mac and cheese.
I don't have to have mac and cheese on Thanksgiving.
Get the fuck out of here. Get out. Get out. Grab your coat. Get your shoes.
You don't
Get the
have
fuck
mac
out.
and cheese all the time?
Dude, on Thanksgiving, you gotta have mac and cheese.
I mean, I
You
don't.
gotta.
I love it when it shows up, but I have mac and cheese all the time.
Oh, no.
Dude, and I make mac and cheese all kinds of different ways. I make mac and cheese with like chicken in it. I make mac and cheese regular. I make mac and cheese.
I don't give a how you make it. It's gotta be on the table. It's Thanksgiving.
Dude, it's not the most important thing. I can have. You know how easy it is to make mac and cheese?
It's not about that. It's about it's tradition.
The texture with all the meal that you wanted in the meal.
You gotta have mac and cheese, dog.
If it doesn't,
that's your carb.
I don't mind it. I would like it on the table, but it isn't my priority. Those things that I don't get all the time. I don't get the yams and sweet potatoes all the time.
That's traditional. That's normal.
I'm talking about the stuff that I don't get all the time has to be on that table. I prefer a sweet potato pie over a pumpkin pie.
Who has a Thanksgiving without stuffing, cranberry sauce, pumpkin pie, or sweet potato pie? And that's the normal.
It has to be there. That's what I'm
Yes.
saying.
But no mac and cheese?
I like it when it's there. If it doesn't show up, I'm not mad.
I'm never. If I come to Thanksgiving with your crib, I know to bring the mac and cheese.
Do you know what the next day? When I'm saying I prefer almost the days afterwards. That's when you make the mac and cheese. You put the turkey in it, and you make that all in one time.
What's your go-to vegetable for Thanksgiving?
I like green beans.
Yeah.
But green beans is probably the one that I like the most on Thanksgiving.
No mashed potatoes and gravy.
Oh, got to have mashed potatoes and gravy.
Okay.
That's part of the traditional stuff that you have to have on there.
Okay.
And I like good gravy.
Now this is very important. Don't this up. This is like saying there's what belongs on grits, salt or sugar, and we all know it's salt. But on stuffing, with or without gravy.
Yeah, it has to have a little gravy.
Okay. And not that white shit.
No.
Brown gravy.
Everything on Thanksgiving is brown gravy.
Okay. White gravy to me is like mayonnaise and Miracle Whip.
I don't mind white gravy on chicken fried steak.
I understand that. But when we go to where we go at the kitchen cafe,
Yeah.
man, that brown gravy.
That brown
on
gravy.
Woo. Yeah, I could drink that like it's a smoothie, nigga.
You're talking about the Soul Food Kitchen.
Yes.
In Tacoma.
Biscuits or cornbread?
I'm Mexican, man. I gotta have the cornbread.
Okay. It's like I'm not taking your black card. You're holding one end and I'm holding the other end, and we struggling with it.
You could
That mac and cheese, dude.
I understand what you're saying about mac and cheese. I am so mac and cheese is so like part of regular life that I don't on Thanksgiving it isn't going to hurt me.
And then to hear that sound with the spoon.
Dude, when do you have sweet potatoes and any other time with the mashed potatoes, the butter, all this? When do you have that? Well, outside of Thanksgiving, when do you have that?
Mashed potatoes with
Not mashed potatoes. I'm talking about the
stuffing?
the sweet potatoes and the yams.
I don't.
That's why those are the things that I'm talking about. You know, if mac and cheese shows up, mac and cheese can show up on Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday. Mac and cheese is easy.
Not like when you cook it for Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Not like that. Thanksgiving is some special. It's like grandma put a titty in that.
Well, my grandma didn't put her titty in it, so maybe that's why I'm not worried about mac and cheese. I'm worried about all that other shit.
Did your mother ever make the mac and cheese?
Yeah, my mom made good mac and cheese, but
Did she put some in it?
she put some Jew in it. That's how you got me.
Okay. All right. It took a long time to get to the first email. Beth Spies. No Nyack show. Hey, A&A. Hey, guys. Hope all is good. I'm so disappointed I will not be able to make it to the Nyack show due to unforeseen circumstances. Dude, I'm bugging right now. When she came to our show, wasn't that in Canada?
Uh-huh.
Oh, wow.
That's what I thought, isn't it?
Yeah. So she don't live in Canada?
I don't know.
Beth, where do you live? Because now you're talking about coming to Nyack. Can you imagine if she likes us that much that she books plane tickets and, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's dedication.
Dude, I love it when we get people. Somebody said that they saw us in, was it not Cleveland? I don't know. I love when you hear that they came to a show over here. Now they're
Right.
in this area and they came out to see it
Yeah.
again. I don't know why. I think that's awesome. That's incredible.
I will not be able to make the Nyack show due to unforeseen circumstances, but I seen you guys are coming back to Montreal. Oh, so I will see you guys then. Aries, happy to hear about your new movie role. Can't wait to see it. Andy, how's married life treating you?
Amazing.
How did you guys like Hawaii? Loved it. Just wish I stayed longer, sweetie. Did you guys have any time to explore? Andy did.
I did.
Much love, Beth. Yeah, Andy did.
I stayed.
Yeah.
I stayed a couple extra days. See, this is why I love my life, and this is why I love my wife so much. I said, man, I got to fly all the way out there. It's going to be because I'm flying from New York, so it's going to be like almost 14 hours, and then I'm going to get there. And seriously, all I did is I got there. I had to watch something for the podcast. Then we did the podcast, and then I took a shower and I went and we did the show, and then after that, Aries actually went. You went right back to your room, and I went. Usually Aries and I will go have a drink. I think we had a drink, right?
When was this? The night after the show?
Yeah, we had a drink.
Yeah.
We had a drink, and then Aries went back to. We both went back to the room, and Aries got up in the morning and left. I'm like, I need to stick my foot. I flew all the way. I want my foot in the water. I'm not a big, like, I don't have to go into the ocean, but I want my foot in the water. So I went and stuck my foot in the water. I stayed a couple days. But my girl said, just stay a few days. Go ahead and enjoy yourself. I go, I want you to come with me. I want you to be with me. And why? She goes, I can't, but you are there. So go stay a couple days.
Here's what my girl says. So why you staying a couple days? You that with that bitch, ain't you?
Yeah, and you know what? And I got to say, it was such a great feeling to stay a couple days because it made me realize how much I missed my girl because she wasn't with me. So I enjoyed getting to see some things that I did, but it wasn't the same as if my girl would have been there.
Right.
So Hawaii was only spelled with one
Let me
eye.
ask you a question. Like we talked about with the Ted Turner thing yesterday. If it was customary for American culture to allow a man to be with multiple women, if it was customary for a man to marry into another man's marriage, would you let me marry into y'all's marriage, you and Tara?
No, man, you're a pain in the ass.
Really? Damn.
You'd want. I don't want this over here like this, and we need to do this like this. I'd be like, damn, man, I can't have someone being all alpha in my marriage.
All right. I was just coming for the love making, really. But that was it.
Okay, let me ask you this way: if multiple women were okay, now they had these things, sister wives, like we said, but they're like separate. But what if like, could your girl have a girlfriend that you were allowed to play with too? Would that be okay for you?
If my girl had a girlfriend?
Yeah, and then you could play.
Yes. Why wouldn't that be?
I got to stop this because
shit.
it's getting crazy. This is like the fourth time.
Oh, here come that Jew rage.
I said no, thank you. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm good. Thank you.
How, Key? Yeah, why wouldn't that be okay?
I'm just making sure you're okay with it.
Yeah, as long as it was a girl.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
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 Yeah. All right, Justin Carroll. A couple of things. Had a question for both of you. For both of you.
Just, I want to say, Beth, I don't know what your unforeseen circumstances was. I hope everything's all right. You are someone that we actually talk about when we're not always on the podcast or on the show, so I hope you're doing okay. Hope you have a great Thanksgiving. Sorry, I just wanted to get that out.
You see them titties?
Sorry to interrupt you.
Both of you. And a statement for DJ Doodoo Hands. First for Andy. I know you like to say everything isn't about race, but for some black people, we can't remove that aspect. That is a luxury we simply don't have. Now, the question I have is, did you see the Tony Hinchcliffe portion of the Trump rally, and do those jokes hit different than what he did at the Brady roast? $10, a lot of money. Being he was where he was. Thanks for that time and keep grinding. Take that. Diddy!
So my answer to that is, I think Tony did what he was supposed to do. He just did it where he wasn't supposed to do it. And I think if you're Tony Hinchcliffe and they said, hey, we want you to come do this, and you think of it as an opportunity because you see yourself as they say, hey, we want you to come and roast and do your jokes and do what you do. And you might say, I would assume, I'm not saying I know this, but I would think that you would say, well, I do this, and is that going to work? Oh, yeah. I think it's crazy that they had him do that there. That's what I think is crazy. Tony did what he does. I mean, that would be like, who was Megan Thee Stallion was there, and she twerked. Mm-hmm. That's what she does. People said, oh, she shouldn't have done that. That's what she does. You brought
but
her
that
there.
didn't belong there, right?
Probably not. But that's what she does. So you invited her, and she did that. Are you mad at her? Or if you don't think it should have been there, you'd be mad at the people who put her on there. Same as way I feel with Tony. I'm mad at the people who put him on there. It didn't go over. I did think, though, that when the media hit that and said how it was racist and how the people there were racist, you heard a gasp in the crowd, like, what are you doing? So that also says that they didn't go along with it either. The people in the crowd didn't go along with it either. So in some ways, I just think it was it was an opportunity. to say how negative it was. But I think Tony did what he did. If I was Tony, I would have liked to have passed on it. And I think that people, I wish, like Rogan had a different opinion, had basically the same kind of opinion that I think I'm having right now. I'm not 100% sure, but I heard him say something to that effect.
Yeah.
And I just wonder, I would have thought that there would have been a conversation. I don't know them personally, like whether they talk to each other like that, but I think that I would have asked somebody, is this a good idea? And I would have hoped that someone would have said, hey, it's probably not the best idea. And I don't know what kind of jokes that you would have done. I also see that if you're in that position and this is the biggest stage you've ever have, you want to try to take that opportunity if people are telling you.
I think that's more what it was about for him, or one of the major factors is that, this is a big stage. You have a lot of eyes on you. So to help to kill Tony Brand, which is already successful, you just added to it.
And I do. But here's the thing that I will say. I thought it was a bad idea. I don't think it should have been done there, but I do appreciate the fact that he didn't waver. He stayed as a comic and he said, hey, this is what I do. This is what I did. I have nothing to apologize for. And if they didn't introduce him as comedian, roast comedian, Tony Hinchcliffe, and he's going to be up here, and this is what he does. We want to tell everybody this is what he does. Maybe even have a clip where you see him roasting Tom Brady and then come out and do it. I would have made sure, and I'm looking at this in hindsight, so I can say, man, this needed to be done this way because we saw how it was perceived. I would have made sure, knowing what I know right now, I can obviously say that that's how that would have been the only way I would have done it. But he didn't have the benefit of seeing someone else do this already. So was it ill-timed and probably shouldn't have been done that way? I agree. Probably shouldn't have been done that way on his part, but he took the opportunity that he had and he went with it. I think it's crazy that they put him up there and he had to do that. But I stand by that he's a comic. He did what he was supposed to do, what they hired him to do, and I like that he hasn't backed down on it, and he shouldn't, because that is what he does. That's what his show is, and that's what he's done on Roasted has got him to where they put him on this show. It didn't go over, and there's no doubt about it.
What he said.
But you do agree with that, or But what would have you done if they asked you to come out and do?
I wouldn't have done it because I just don't think that that's my cup of tea.
Okay.
It's funny as.
But the opportunity, don't you feel the opportunity?
Of course. Yeah. But I wouldn't do. Listen, a part of me would be dying inside because you're passing up the opportunity. Like if they asked me to do the White House Correspondents' Dinner, I would say no, but Jesus, I would be like, because the eyes on you. But I just know I don't do that. I don't do that. Listen, as good as I am at crowd work and with people, I don't know that I'd be good at roast. I don't know.
I don't like roasting. I really don't.
Yeah. I'm good at don't hit back.
No, you know what? But you know what it is? Some of these guys, what they're really good at is knowing how deep to cut.
No, that never would
that's
bother
not you.
me.
That's not you. I know that's not you. But I think that would be a problem because I
Right.
think you might go too deep on some and not deep enough on others. But some of these people, these really good political comedians, they know exactly where to cut,
Right.
and they know how deep to cut. And that's what's kind of amazing.
Listen, I can't remember the dude's name, but the British comic that's always on the roast, those Comedy Central roasts, whatever his name is.
Not Jimmy Carr.
It is Jimmy Carr.
Okay.
The Pete Davidson roast, man. When that motherfucker said, to all you guys cracking jokes about Pete Davidson's dad, let's not do that. This is not the roast of Pete Davidson's dad. That was on 9/11. And even they cut to Rob Lowe, and he just went, wow. Yeah, that, yeah. I told you and listen, again, I know I have the ability, but just because you have the ability don't make you great. That just means you have flashes. One of the things that I said, I know it was a good roast, is when the Miami Heat were playing kind of bad, and D Wade in particular, and people were like, man, it's time for this nigga to retire. And I said in the tweet, I don't even know why D Wade showers after the game. He's already washed up. That's a good one. But can you do that consistently? That's not my forte.
Well, and you have to be able to do it. The problem I have with roasting is I don't think I understand in my body, in my soul, where the joke is and if I really meant it. And I think on that D Wade thing, you even felt like, I like D Wade. Did I mean that? You know what I mean? Where it with your heart a little
like
bit.
D Wade, but D Wade also knows who I am, so I was like, what if he see that?
But you know what I mean? Because
yeah.
But you mean it a little bit, and you don't want to mean it at someone you like.
Well, listen, roasting somebody in a tweet versus a platform like a real roast.
Yeah.
That was the other thing. I'm like, dude, you saying this in a tweet where it could come off like, really?
Well, also on the roast, and this is the other thing to what this email said. On a roast, when it's a group of people that know they're there to be roasted, and that they're and these are professionals, and they might cut real deep. And the Jimmy Carr one, when he went in on, and that was 9/11.
Right.
Man, and you got the son of his dad. That's a dad.
Yeah.
But you know that Pete's a professional, and this is what it is, and they know it.
Yeah.
It gives you the room to laugh a little bit, and for that it's going to be okay. That's the other thing with that thing. The people there didn't have the room to laugh and be okay with it.
Yeah.
And so, but even when you do a text, you don't know who's going to get it and how they're going to perceive it. You know how the people on that stage are going to perceive it. And if they're on that stage and they perceive that negatively, them, because that's their whole thing, is to be up there for that.
Yeah.
So it's different.
Walter Tisdale, living single / friends, black people. Hey guys, love the show. As always, quick facts about Friends. There were black people on Friends, just not major roles. Louis Dix, Gabrielle Union, Ron Glass, Detective Ron Harris / Barney Miller, Aisha Tyler, and Oba Babatunde, but also none of the women on the show ever had a black love interest, especially Jennifer Aniston. They had her on some America's Sweetheart, but none of the characters on Living Single ever dated a white person. But now it seems every show has an interracial couple and or a gay character. See y'all soon in Philly. Peace.
By the way, just before you do, there was another guy, black dude, Tim Starks, the guy who's been on our podcast. He had a part on Friends.
Tim Starks.
The guy who was on our podcast.
Your
My friend.
Oh,
Yeah.
He was on what?
He was on Friends.
Was he?
Yeah, he was. He was the handyman that came in to fix when Jennifer Aniston was going to have the baby. He came in and fixed all the cabinets to baby proof the house.
Right.
And that was Tim's part. He was on that.
Yeah. Listen, it's weird because it's that thing where it's like you can't say that it doesn't exist because it does. But sometimes it feels like Hollywood tries to overdo the whole. Once they for a long time when they're not having true representation of certain groups, people, it's like once the opportunity comes or once it's once they go there, they overdo it. Like when you say every character now is interracial or gay. Okay, well, we know that interracial couples exist. Gay people exist. So they should be represented. But now it's like overdraft. It's overtime. So I don't know that I necessarily like when, because you kind of feel like you going, we again, it's tricky because you want to go, yeah, it's genuine to have gays and interracial couples in a part of life, but to this extent, that sounds up. You know what I'm saying? Like you get the sense that Hollywood is trying to go, well, because we stayed away from it for so long, now let's overdo it.
Well, I also think that there's a financial reward in doing it. Where now, okay, so there's a financial benefit, and now more people, I like this film, and they're getting more people to come to it,
right,
and they get more business from it. I think that's also part of it. But I think it's a reaction where everybody realized they weren't doing something, and then they all did it at the same time, and that's what that was what could cause the wave. It was a big wave,
right.
And now do you pull back? That's the funny thing. Now, do you pull back?
Right.
And then there's some issues where they were saying, well, you need to have this and this and this is how they it's formulaic is how they do it. So now they're looking for it. But one of the things I wanted to say about Walter Tisdale here is, let me just, you read that, but the way he wrote it, it seemed pretty like, just as an observation, except for one thing in there. It seemed like he was pretty disappointed that Jennifer Aniston, when he said especially Jennifer Aniston, and now I don't know if he means it because Jennifer Aniston was portrayed as this one, or is just that he was like, she of all people, I wanted to see her with a black dude. because
Right.
the way he said it.
Well, I think that because he specifically used the term America's sweetheart. And that's like in that joke that I do now, where I go, we all know that when black athletes would do some and they were referred to as thugs, that's code for like nigga.
Yeah.
America's sweetheart is code for white woman. Like the precious, beautiful white woman.
You know what? I would agree with you 100%. Except I'm going to leave a percentage out because and I heard you do this in the joke, and I always wanted to tell you this, and I kept forgetting. Do you know who was also referred to as an America's sweetheart?
Who's that? You gonna say Halle Berry?
Yeah.
And you know why?
Why?
She had white-like features.
Okay, but she was referred to.
Okay, but she's gorgeous and had white-like features. You've never seen what's the singer? Nina Simone would never be America's sweetheart. Too black, lips too big, nose too wide, hair too nappy. Ain't no women of color, dark-skinned women, nah, they don't get called America's sweetheart. The girl next door.
Well, I had never heard of it. I see what you're saying, and I know, but I'm just saying she was put into that category.
Okay, there's white tigers exist.
This is a black tiger.
I'm telling you, yeah. But there are exceptions to every rule. And Halle was so bad, viciously gorgeous. She was the exception.
Yeah, you're right, because I never heard Vanessa Williams with her success or those green eyes and all that. She was never referred to that way.
Well, if anybody was a candidate to be that, certainly her.
Yeah.
Because the lighter skin, the green eyes, slender nose. Angela Bassett is gorgeous. Why not her?
Yes, man, she's beautiful. But I go back to Vanessa Williams because I saw her at Saks Fifth Avenue one time buying some shoes.
Oh, let me tell you.
She's...
Listen, I don't know what it is. You know how you said once upon a time ago that Mexican women age a certain way and the bodies, and a lot of them, I know what you were saying, because a lot of them are built like Grimace.
They just
they
get a little wider and they lose their waist.
I don't know what it is, dude. Light-skinned black women tend to not age as well as darker-skinned black women. Because when you look at Vanessa Williams in her prime, oh boy. Jasmine Guy from A Different World in her prime, boy. That's that white blood in there.
Jasmine Guy never did that for me, though.
Not necessarily for me either, but you couldn't deny that
she was
Different
cute.
World, Harlem Nights.
She was cute. She was cute.
But she just didn't slay you.
Yeah. And this is personal.
Right.
How you just personally you do. This is on personal attraction, and I just it didn't do that to me the same way like a Halle Berry or Vanessa. But I have this. My range is full spectrum.
So's mine.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't feel bad about what I'm saying, but I just feel bad that I think that sometimes the way we talk about women, I need to make sure that people understand. I'm talking about from just attraction, not like I'm judging or that I think that any woman would want. Because what was that one? Kathy
Griffin
said, what do you think you're Adonis? No, I don't think I'm Adonis. That doesn't mean that I don't find people attractive.
But here's the mistake that women make, and this is why I said it in my joke. When I go, I love women, adore women, but truthfully, women, you guys are like children when it comes, because sense, logic, rationale out the window. You behave emotionally like a child. You throw a temper tantrum. It's a natural woman's instinct for her to go, well, oh, look at you. A lot of men can get without having to look great. It's swagger. It's confidence. It's gift of gab. Men have a swagger.
That's why we don't wear makeup.
Exactly, and we don't have to. If a man can talk a woman out her drawers, it's why pimps are able to do what they do. Now, you gotta kind of have to be a little bit of a weak-minded, broken broad to let it come. You know what I mean? Why are you laughing, man? No, there's no truth to that.
That's a name. That's an album title. Or something.
Weak-minded, broken broad. Yes, it is. And it's a soulful bitch been through everything.
Or it's a bar that just needs the rest of the lyric to be put into it.
That's Aretha Franklin's album. Weak-minded, broken broad. But unless you're that, I'm just saying, like, ugly, fat, biggie, scab from Brooklyn, what I'm saying? The nigga know how to talk that. Women are turned on by that. Now, looks, if you got that, that's a blessing. But there's a lot of good-looking motherfuckers who are as dumb as nails.
There's some dudes that are so good looking that if they talk, they f that shit up.
Man.
So that's
And only because they don't know what to say.
Right.
And they depend on their looks.
I said some of them. There's some
Right.
good looking dudes that know how to do the whole
Of
thing.
course.
But
LL Cool J in his prime.
But there's
nigga
some-
from Queens.
some dudes just shouldn't say anything. And they know it. They know it.
There's some good-looking dudes that are about as interesting as a dead baby, nigga. Personalities are terrible. So if you got that wop-wop on the mouthpiece, man, get out of here with that childish. How dare you talk about her looks? Look at you. Yeah, look at me.
When I'm talking about attraction. It doesn't have. I'm not judging. It's not a judgment. I'm attracted. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
So that's it. I just wanted to get that out to clear that up.
Ambrose Gardenhire. So I have to
That's a whole name
Ambrose Gardenhire.
that sounds like a law firm.
Yeah.
Ambrose and Gardenhire.
Ambrose Gardenhire. To represent all the mentally broken down, weak-minded bitches. Are you a weak-minded, broken down? Has your pimp taken advantage of you? Are you tired of his educational lessons that are backhands? Come to Ambrose Gardenhire, where we can. No, okay. Racist Trump, and this will be the last one. Hey, A&A, Jew and a Jerk. Well, maybe because let's go to 45. This is Swagger Jones checking in. Y'all catch them clips from Trump's rally at MSG? Yo, Andy, I'm talking mostly to you on this one. What's your take on all them folks up there spitting some pretty wild, low-key racist and misogynistic-ish? If you think they went that route, does that make Trump kind of guilty by rolling with it? Feel like his people should have screened them speeches tighter? Now, Tony Hinchcliffe, I kind of let him slide because that's his comedy game. Just wasn't the right crowd for it. Now, I mean, anyway, let me hear y'all's thoughts. Now, to keep this brief, because Andy just went over this.
But I agree with him 100%.
No, I do. But the part specifically that I think you should speak to is, shouldn't Trump
Yes,
have... Okay.
he deserves, and I agree with him 100%.
Right.
Trump deserves some of the heat for that.
Right.
I do think that he has people in place that are supposed to do that, and I think that they're ridiculous that they didn't figure this out before or look at people's speeches. Dude, it's where I go back to certain things that have to do with this Trump party. I don't even look at it as almost like the Republican Party. It's a Trump party. It seems like it's getting a little bit more Republican, but it's still the Trump party. Mm-hmm. Man, they just need to. I'm surprised that he won the way that he did. He needed to shut up a lot sooner than he did.
Right.
Just those things like that were at that thing did not need to be said. Because there's a difference between having a presidential rally to be president and having a rally. And it seemed a little like, some of it seemed a little rally-ish. And that didn't need to be there. And I love that he gave Tony the pass because of what it was supposed to be and definitely missed. But again, I still put that on them. Shouldn't have been there. But that's enough.
Okay, last one. From D-Matic. And folks, sorry that this is kind of short like last week's, but got time crunches, time restraints. Got to watch the and the asses and the balls to get ready to go do his show.
You got to Tyson that. You got to Tyson that stuff.
We got to wash our own asses and our own balls.
It'd be great though if you stood up and you walked out of here right now and you just
had the Tyson shot. That's hilarious. After he grabbed the motherfucker and said, "I love you." I wonder what that relationship was.
I don't know, but there was just too much love for that back shot.
Man. Denzel Washington's last movie lineups before he retires. What's up, A&A? I just want to get both of y'all's thoughts on Denzel Washington's last movie lineup before he retires. Gladiator 2, which he's already done. He said he wants to do Othello, which I heard him say. Black Panther 3, he wants to do because he's a fan of Ryan Coogler.
And he's writing the part for him. Coogler's writing that part specifically.
Hannibal, but not the serial killer. It's Hannibal the Warrior, and then the piano lesson. Listen, man, it's Denzel. What is he gonna do wrong? You know, I'm glad to see him do whatever he want to do. Yeah.
I'm just thinking the piano lesson is the same character from what's the one where he played the bad cop?
Training Day.
Training Day. It's that guy. What's his name?
Alonzo.
It's Alonzo, but he's the piano teacher.
All right, you're hitting the wrong keys. Huh? I told you to hit flat. You're hitting the wrong keys. I told you to hit the right keys. You're supposed to hit the white keys and then the black keys, but you're hitting the wrong keys. Huh? You want these lessons, or you don't want these lessons? Huh? Talk to me. I told you that piano. I don't know the name of a piano. What's a grand piano? Steinworth.
Stein something. Just Stein something.
I told you that's a Steinworth, not a Casio or a Yamaha.
Yamaha isn't one.
You don't treat that like it's a Yamaha. All right, you got to play those notes. You got to play those notes just right.
I don't know why I think that's funny, but when I saw that the piano lesson, I think
You ever heard of Hannibal the Warrior?
No, I haven't. But the Othello, I would love to see that come out because he's played Othello before.
Has he?
On stage.
Oh, on stage.
I want to see that. Like I want to see that because he is a great actor.
Listen, I love Denzel, but I got to be honest. I always said there's only 2 movies by Denzel that I did not like. One was Virtuosity, and the other one was the way he played the goofy lawyer with the afro.
I love that movie.
Man, I'd get the out of here with that. But I gotta say it. I can't say I don't like the movies because I've never seen them. But I have no interest in Macbeth or Much Ado About Nothing. I don't want to see you play Shakespeare. I get it. It's you know.
I think he did. I think he talked about doing Othello. I don't know if he did it or he talked.
No,
about
he wants to do it.
But I thought he did it on stage already.
Oh, okay, on stage,
I
not
thought,
film.
Yeah, not film. I thought he did. I don't know.
Right.
I might be wrong on that. I just his acting is he's a great actor, man.
Is Othello the story about the black dude that kills the white woman?
It's I don't know which one it is. I really don't know. I know it's Shakespeare,
Right.
and I know it's and I know that the character is black.
Then I think that is it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Basically, it's the OJ story.
Dude, I don't remember. All the Shakespeares almost sound the same to me by the time we get through.
Yeah, it's you know, to be a hit to the
Yeah.
with that Shakespearean shit.
But to be able to do that, I mean, I've seen plays. I've gone to the plays. I mean, it's pretty amazing to watch them. I think it's amazing. But yeah, I wouldn't want to go every day. Like
Right.
that's not my area. But I have appreciation for the art.
When he was doing press for Gladiator 2, I think it was in Paris, and he was doing a radio show, and the girl asked him, "So, do you miss auditioning? Like, when was the last time you auditioned?" He said, "Like 40 years ago." She goes, "Do you miss it?" And he goes, "No." And then somebody in the comments went, "Why would he miss struggle?"
No, yeah.
But damn, dude. Like sometimes when people ask the question, "How do you know you made it?" When you don't have to audition, you ain't auditioned in 4 decades. You've made it. I always go sometimes when I'm at home and I'm channel surfing and I go, HBO, a Denzel movie. Showtime, a Denzel movie. Cinemax, a Denzel. You've made it. When you got multiple movies on at the same time, yeah, you made it.
But you know the importance of this Shakespeare stuff too, though, like you're saying. And I think Lawrence Fishburne did play Othello on stage.
Yes.
Too.
You might be getting him confused with.
I don't know. There's a lot of there's a lot of actors that have
You
played Shakespeare.
confusing your niggas, man.
But Lawrence Fishburne, the character that he plays in John Wick, that has a Shakespearean kind of like he's the he's in charge of the homeless, but you know but he has that Shakespearean-esque kind of that he brought from what he's done. Also, I think it's important, man. I think in acting, even though that might not be your lane that you liked Shakespeare, it has its place where you find it makes you a better actor.
Right. Yeah, you know, and like I said, with the roast thing, it's not my forte, but I know I can dabble. Shakespeare's not my forte, but, you know, my lord, let it be known that this is a calling called king. I could do that. I'm a genius, nigga.
Yeah, I like it. You got to be able to. You got to be versatile, man. You got to be able to move around.
Yeah.
And you are like you have a talent, man. I don't have that kind of talent.
Somebody wrote to me in an Instagram message yesterday, And I love when she said this. It made me like. Let me see if I can quickly find it. She got a cartoon picture. Oh wait, I know where it is. Boom. Oh, here it is. This girl, she goes, I loved you last night, in caps. Besides the fact that I love you for real, your gift is explosive. See, I feed off that. Because I've always said, man, that's why I love Jordan and Tyson. They're explosive. When I'm on stage and it's all hitting and I'm with this and the timing and everything's clicking, oh, it's an explosion. I live for that.
I love when you're killing it on stage, and I can see it in your face when it gets down to that time, when you know, okay, I got to start getting ready to get off,
right.
And I can see almost like a disappointment in you. There's
because I want to keep it going.
Yeah, and I love when those moments where it's a one night show, and
Yeah.
I see it, and it's like, okay, we're getting, and I see you just blow past that. You don't look for the slow down. You don't look
Right,
for the exit
right,
lane.
right,
And
right.
I'm like, oh, this is going to go for 30 more minutes. and that's
man.
what I know you're having a good time. And I've said to people before, they go, how long does he usually do? And I go, this isn't a usually. This one's going to go for at least 20 after.
Dude, when you see people clutch their jaw, white. One of the lady last night lift her glasses and with the napkin blot her eye, and when you say some shit off the cuff, and people go, oh my God, man, that get my hard, man.
See, I'm going to tell you, I normally don't care. I really don't care. I want to see some laughter. I hope they're enjoying it. But the show that I didn't like as much, was it the first show Friday? The Saturday that I didn't like?
No,
as
both
much?
shows were great Friday. The first show,
No,
you
no,
said you
the
didn't
first show, the second show Friday, I didn't like that show. You
didn't?
liked it. It worked for
Right.
you. But there was this one lady. She wasn't laughing. And then I hit her with, there was one, and I saw her break. And then I got like three more. And I just saw her go down on the table. And she was like going like
Yeah.
that. And I was like, oh, yeah, that does feel pretty good.
Let me tell you something. I wish I could do to a woman what I do to a crowd comedically. If I could make a woman lose, like break, man, I would truly be King Dingaling.
I wish I could do it to a crowd of women.
Sexually or comedic?
The comedically stuff. If I could do that, get people to have that reaction.
But to know,
Yeah.
to know, yo, I got this. It's like Eddie Murphy said in Raw, I got this now. Ooh, to know you got that power to go, I'm killing these. Sometimes, dude, I just be like, am I, is this like this? And then I remember it's about me, so I'm okay.
But that's how I feel on stage anyway.
Okay. All right.
But I would like to have like a 13-foot and just turn around and you just knock them all down.
Oh, that'd be great. That'd be great.
Bam, 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 bam.
And that's a myth that us men have to like. That's our ego. Because I've asked women, yo, the big thing, is it really cracked up? No, they don't. They prefer average or a little more than average. They go, it's uncomfortable. It's not fun.
Yeah, when you say average, their average and what averages are two different things, though, too.
No. They say average size. They say is 5.5. That's average.
5.5, but they want 8.
No, that's too big. No, I'm not. I know you. No, they prefer
The average
6, maybe 6. Anything beyond 6, it's too much.
There's a lot of ladies. Here, I'm going to send. What do you send out to the?
Put the vagina signal in there.
When you put the signal in the air, put what size you want in that signal.
Dude, there was a great clip of a chick on Instagram, and she had a measuring tape, and she would pull out the different lengths.
Yeah.
And she goes, this is okay. This is fun. And then she pulled out what the big black shit is, and she goes, this is a lifestyle change. You're not sending me to the hospital. I don't want that. Like, they mean that, yo.
I'm not going to say what comedian this is, but there's a comedian that I know has a piece.
Yeah.
Right. And his girl, like he goes, when we get back to the room, and I'm in the green room with them, and she goes, no, it was last night, and it was just too much. I it's just too much work. It's just too much. Not tonight. And I was like, damn.
Let me tell you,
You have a piece like that, you can't work it.
one time, comedian Dean Edwards was on I follow him, and this nigga's jumping rope, and he got on shorts, but he clearly ain't had no drawers on, because with each jump, his meat would show, like the imprint. I hit him up. I said, nigga, put some drawers on, nigga. Ain't gonna have me following you and I'm opening my page to your meat doing exercise, nigga. Dean had a piece, B.
More power to everybody that has that. But I when I heard his girl go, no, she was just she didn't want to stretch. She didn't want to do the exercises that she needed to do to make that work that night. And so there's the disadvantage to it as well. But it's like money. I would like to know some of the disadvantages of money sometimes.
Hey, hey.
This is where we're going to be, man. We are. Let's see, man. Sorry. Again, happy Thanksgiving. I hope you guys are enjoying it. If you listen to this next day, I hope you had a fantastic Thanksgiving.
I gotta, because we're on a time crunch. Dude said he's sending an Uber to come pick us up. It's gonna be here at 6:20. But I locked myself out of my room.
Okay, so you're getting
I
ready.
gotta go and get another key. You can give all that out, but I gotta.
Okay. Well, yeah. Okay, guys. We got dates. Real quick. Well, you know what? We did this. If you've been paying attention, good. If you haven't, happy Thanksgiving, and we'll be back at you next week. All right? Thank you, man.
Spears and Steinberg.
Thanks for listening to the Spears and Steinberg podcast. For more information on where to find us on the internet, visit spearsburgpod.com.